Okay, it'll be a miracle if my neighbors don't actually lodge a complaint against me because I'm going to probably get a little bit loud in this. I am not even in a bad mood. I just got triggered into so many thoughts that made me so angry. And upon that anger, I was thinking about how I don't even know how to express these feelings of anger. If I'm like expressing anger in a way that's like very rageful or like purely anger and not just like logic and like, oh, but let me see what's on the side, I'm typically met with, and I feel like this triggered me into like my childhood feelings of whenever, like, not only just me, but like a woman expresses her feelings of anger, what is immediately said to her? You already know it's calm down. You already know it's calm down. And you know what? It's upsetting because there are so many instances where men just get to express their anger and people are like, you need to just give them space. You need to give them space. They need to express themselves. He's just a boy. And it's like very upsetting. And I'm not saying that's like the whole entire like world. Like my husband doesn't express his anger because he just doesn't like to get angry with anybody. It makes him uncomfortable. So I'm not saying like that's like everybody who just it doesn't express anger, but like in my experience, I feel like I haven't been able to express anger in a very healthy way because most times I just feel like if I'm about to or if I have, I'm going off past experiences of people telling me, calm down, see the other person's side, it's okay, the blah blah blah, oh, they're a good person, they're just blah blah blah. Instead of somebody just recognizing my anger and being like, let's work through that. Like, let's just, like, the way that typically men could literally, this is so sad, but it's incredibly real. Men get angry and are abusive and can, like, schools, bro. And the way that we look at them is we wonder what causes that. When a woman gets angry or a woman reacts in a negative way, we think she should handle herself better. I'm not saying that's the case for all. I am just saying I feel like we're very used to looking at men's anger, and the way that we look at women's anger is that she should collect herself and she should know better. When it's like men are allowed to do these egregious things and we just wonder like what went wrong with you as opposed to like, they should know better, bro. Because we look at women and we think, y'all should know better. And it's so upsetting. I was just thinking about, like, all of the things that I just haven't been able to just express and get, like, angry about that I am in the right to get angry about. It's, like, actually so upsetting. Even when I'm in, like, therapy, I have my moments of being authentically, like, angry and, like, going over past experiences that were traumatic for me. But for the most part, like, 80% of the time, especially having a therapist who is not my race, like having to tell her about things that are very upsetting and angry, I feel the need to like wrap them up in a bow and like say them the way that I think she would understand and not just the way that it's authentic to me, which is like angry and rageful and like upset. Because I don't want somebody to tell me, you need to express this better, because I don't want to make somebody uncomfortable with my like genuine feelings. And it's so upsetting when you're just a person who has a lot of negative feelings and who has been told time and time again, even when they're expressing normal things that are actually upsetting, that they can't be angry, that they should calm down, that they should minimize themselves. When it's like, I have been doing that my whole life. Just let me have this moment. It's like women have to like argue their point as to like why you should let them be the way that they are, why you should let them be angry, why you should let them be upset, why you should let them whatever. Instead it's just all women, you know. I'm not saying this is like a specific women's issue, but I think also this is also like a Christian thing. This is like every single time I make a video about adoption and I like speak on my own experience about why I feel negatively towards the way that adoption is viewed, I'll say something that's like, I am grateful for where my life has ended up, but I am not grateful for the people that tell me that at least I didn't end up being raised in Africa by like an African family. At least you were adopted and brought to the US. You could be in Africa right now. At least. Like, I'll like put out one criticism towards my parents and they could be like, you're ungrateful. Oh my God. And it's crazy because like the things that I feel in my head get filtered automatically, and then I like present this specific like response that is not even true to how I'm feeling, that makes me see their side, even though that's the last thing that I want to do. But it makes me see their side because I don't want to make them uncomfortable with the rage and anger that I have towards them. And it's crazy because in Jeanette's podcast, Hard Feelings, she like gets really angry and expresses her emotions in a very good way, and she just straight up tells people fuck you, and not to their faces, but she just says like fuck you, like just casually. I have never just said fuck you to somebody. I would love to. There have been so many moments in my life where I have thought to myself like, I would love to just tell them this, but I'm not going to because I don't want to make them uncomfortable, even though these people are horrible to me. And you know what? To the people who critique my feelings towards an experience that I have carefully curated a response to that has not shown my proper anger, and then they respond with a criticism towards my experience and they don't know shit about adoption, fuck you. In school, if like I was having a hard time with a kid, I was conditioned to be a people pleaser because anytime I would tell my mom or my mom, because I don't think I talked to my dad about it, like but anytime I would talk to my mom, she'd be like, you know what, you need to tell this person this hurt my feelings, you need to tell this person blah blah blah, you need to just go to the blah blah blah. Like, you need to accommodate the bully, you need to accommodate the abuser, you need to accommodate people around you. And from then, I just have been accommodating people and not ignoring my own feelings. Because the thing is, when you get angry, and I'll say this especially as a Black woman, when you get angry, it matters the way that you're perceived. It matters the way that your anger manifests, because people look at you and they look at other people like you and they group you into that one, as opposed to looking at you as an individual. As when you're like not a Black woman, not saying that can never happen, but I just feel this pressure to be like, you know what, I'm gonna overly accommodate the people around me and not actually feel the way that I'm genuinely feeling, because it'll make them uncomfortable. And there have been so many times where I have been in the right to just say to somebody, fuck you. Like, fuck you. Every friend that I've had that I was close to that has not treated me well and that has ended the friendship because they have been horrible, fuck you. You really mishandled me, and that was very upsetting. There have been people who probably wanted to say fuck you to me. There are probably people that have. And I have just like seen their side and like took it in. But to the people who haven't seen my side and just took me in and acknowledged my anger and wondered what was down beneath it, fuck you, I hate you. Because I don't want to be somebody that you look at and say, calm down, minimize yourself. I would like people to look at people who are angry and just to wonder, like, what happened? And I find that we do that with specific groups and not others, and it's very upsetting. God, I don't even know if I'm going to upload this, but it's like genuine to how I feel. And it's like one of the most authentic things I've ever made and documented. The one thing that I have to say is just, when you hear somebody expressing anger, don't let them live there. Don't let them permanently be one emotion. That's not good for any emotion. And recognize them as just simply not somebody who's ready to be toxically optimistic, but somebody who wants to express an emotion so they can work out of it and get to a better emotion. That's why I'm posting this video. Don't tell me I'm grateful. Don't tell me to be grateful I'm angry, because I'm not even angry about one specific thing. I'm just angry about the fact that I don't know how to properly express anger. Like, that's what's upsetting me. And it feels so good, even just to say, fuck you. I have never, I don't think in my life, said that to anybody. Maybe one time when I was drunk with my husband, like years ago, maybe. But it like feels really good. And, I had to Google the other day when I was angry, healthy ways to express anger, because I was really angry and I was like, I don't know what to do with this. I can't just like smile my way out of this because it'll make me insane. Like, it'll make me feel fake as hell. But I don't know how to be like angry with somebody that's not my husband, because I don't know how to tell them like, you make me angry. And I'm scared of the way you're going to perceive my anger. I just want them to know that I'm angry. Like, this is actually genuinely healing. And as much as I feel like I should be embarrassed by this, I'm not. Because I'm just grateful that I can even feel anger, get it through, and like express this raw emotion. I don't even think that, like, I know most of the times that I've gotten like really angry past the age of like 12, and how uncomfortable I felt because I knew that the people that were witnessing that anger would just tell me to minimize it. And now that I'm an adult and I can like be angry, it's so valuable to just sit in anger and to work it out. Just get angry. Like, get angry and express it in a healthy way and like work up from that. But don't tell people to be grateful when they're angry. Fuck you.